in the recruiting process coming out of Canada, the Olympics was on her mind. And I don't think it was a dream of hers at any point. I think it's been a goal that she's had literally from day one when I met Kira.
I imagine myself getting interviewed after is what I do, and I try to think about what I'll say, and seeing my parents after, and then I see us all going to dinner, and then I see me going to bed really early because I think I'll be exhausted. But yeah, no, I've really pictured that day going exactly like that.
You know, I believe it's awesome to have people like Kira or Sam on the team, or even in my group, just who have the same goals, just making the Olympics, because you know, or I know for myself, what is it gonna take to get there.
Sam and Kira, they've never experienced not winning the Big Ten championship meet. They've won it every time they've been there, 3 straight years, and they're a huge part of that success. They're elite athletes.
When I came on campus for the first time, the coaching staff was really excited about the program. They all said, you know, we'll be here through your career and beyond. We love it here, we're staying here, we're excited to develop this program, not just about swimming. And I loved that.
It was a new experience coming here. I mean, I knew it's gonna be, but you don't know what to expect. It was just something that I had to go through and learn how to interact with people in a new way.
When I came to the campus, the team got along so well, and it was just something that I really wanted to be a part of here. I saw Canadians that had come here and gone to the Olympics, and it was a place that I knew that I could accomplish what I wanted to accomplish.
In the big picture, when you're looking at our team, any athletes that come in with international experience or aspiring to be international caliber athletes, swimming or diving, those athletes, and Sam Harding, you know, Jakob and Kira Smith, those guys, they really exemplify what we're looking for in terms of student athletes that can raise our program to another level, and they've done just that. That's what they mean to us.
I first made the decision to shoot for the Olympic team at World Championships. You know, it was my first big international competition. I was really excited, and then I came in as the first Canadian, and I thought, wow, this is actually an attainable goal for me.
It'd be great to see Sam, you know, see her on TV, swimming in the Olympic Games, and it'd be big for everybody. It'd be big for her teammates. I just talked to a few teammates the other day about this, and to know that you can help somebody get to that place.
Yeah, you know, in our sport, in swimming and diving, the Olympics is it. You know, it's once every 4 years, and it's probably the sport at the Olympic Games that the world appreciates the most. So when you're athletes that you are fortunate as a coach to work with day in and day out, are actually on that stage competing, there's no feeling like it.
I think that I've always sort of had an Olympic dream. Even it sort of started when I was really young. Like when I was a track runner, I really wanted to go to the Olympics. And I guess when I switched over to swimming and I fell in love with that, the dream just sort of came with me, and then I saw me going to the Olympics in that sport. I've just always loved racing, and I've always wanted to win, and that's sort of gotten me here today, and I'm still just following that love to win.
What's been really impressive about Kira, you know, her first year at Minnesota, she was, I would say, kind of a normal college student. And athletically, she had a good year, but probably not a year that would lead to an Olympic level type of swim. And since then, she has been as motivated, as focused, as committed to her swimming as probably any athlete we've had at Minnesota. And the Olympic aspirations, they're certainly not a dream for her. They're a goal that I think can be realized in the next few months.
If you ask Jakob, it's he's just already focused on how to get it done at the Olympic Games. You know, he already feels like he's there. He's already qualified. He's already doing that, and he's preparing for that.
Jakob came to Minnesota with a lot of international racing experience, so he's someone where the Olympic goal has been sitting out there from day one. He's talked about the Olympic goal, what it would take to be on the Austrian Olympic team.
Obviously, it's the biggest goal I have in athletics or in sports. That's the biggest thing I want to achieve, but I'm just trying not to think about it that much and trying to focus more on the everyday life and on the small things that you need to focus on to really get better to achieve that goal.
I think it's really important to be able to trust the process when you're swimming. And so to have two other teammates here that are trying to do exactly what I'm trying to do and like doing the same things that I'm doing and believing that this is the right path and we're all on it together, that's really, really nice to have. And I'm so lucky that they're here with me.
For some people it might be hard to realize, but then you can identify with those people and realize they have the same goal and you know how they feel, what they are going through in practice.
Kiera Smith and I were actually on the same recruiting trip to Minnesota, so we've known each other probably the longest out of anyone on the team. She's an amazing friend. She's a dedicated trainer. She's always fun to practice with.
To have those guys at the Olympic Games is huge for us. It gives us notoriety. It's big for our program. It opens the doors for other elite student athletes to consider Minnesota that may otherwise not have.
Representing Canada would mean a lot to me this year. It's been a goal for such a long time, and it's just everything that I'm working for right now. And so to have it come true would be really surreal.
It'll be great for the coaches and teammates even to get to see them wearing caps and clothes with their countries on it, and that's a different deal.
If I make the team, of course I'm gonna go for it all. It'd be silly of me not to shoot for the stars if I make it to the Olympics, because that's a pipe dream for everybody.
Well, I think the emotions of making it to the Olympic Games, considering I didn't make it 4 years ago, or it doesn't really matter. I think the emotions are always great, and I'm really excited about that.
When I can watch an athlete like Kiera or Sam or Jakob participate on that stage, there's nothing like it. It's the look in their faces when they make it. It's why we coach. It's fun to see an athlete have a goal like that that's as big as it could get, and to have that goal realized, it's as good of a feeling as you could possibly imagine.